What's going on with you guys? I am your host, TheCaliEffect, King of Games. And today we're going to be watching an exciting match between Cyber Dragon Orcust, piloted by TJ, versus Heroes, piloted by yours truly. As TJ is going to open up his turn, he's going to activate Cyber Emergency, adding a Cyber Dragon core from his deck to his hand. Now, the reason why we say that this deck is one of the best decks, if not the best deck of the format, Cyber Dragon Orcust being, is because one Cyber Dragon core gets you a full Orcust combo. I'm going to show you guys how. TJ is going to normal summon that Cyber Dragon core to his side of the field, activating its effect to get a Cyber Rev system from his deck to his hand. He can then follow up by using that Cyber Dragon core for a link summon into his Salomon Great Al-Mirage. Now, Al-Mirage is such an amazing card out of the Battles of Legends Heroes Revenge. It basically makes this combo pop, as now he has a Cyber Dragon monster in his graveyard. He can use that Rev system to spell summon his core back to his side of the field, and immediately use both of these monsters for links. Since they are two monsters with different names, he's going to go ahead and connect to the overlay network, and then special summon a Nightmare Phoenix to his side of the field. Nightmare Phoenix immediately is used for a link summon into his Nightmare Mermaid, and congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, as TJ is going to discard Cyber Dragon Hertz from his hand to the graveyard, he'll be able to special summon a Orcust Nightmare to his side of the field. He'll also be able to gain the effect of his Cyber Dragon Hertz in his graveyard, since it was sent to the graveyard, to be able to add Cyber Dragon from his deck to his hand. Now, a fun fact I like to talk about Hertz is that if you have Cyber Dragon monsters like Core or whatnot in the graveyard, you can add those monsters because they are Cyber Dragon in the graveyard. Discarding Cyber Dragon, he's going to go ahead and special summon Galaxy Soldier to his side of the field, and then trigger the effect of his Galaxy Soldier to add another copy. Now, this is a little bit different from the Orcust combo, because essentially with 2.5 cards, just the card being a Cyber Dragon Hertz or just 2 light monsters, you can essentially make a Cyber Dragon Infinity on top of the full Orcust combo. As he's going to discard his second copy of Hertz to the graveyard to spell summon that that Galaxy Soldier to his side of the field, he can now use his Orcust Nightmare and his Nightmare Mermaid, his Nightmare Mermaid, for a link summon into his Galtea with Orcust Automation. Using both of his Galaxy Soldier, he's going to go ahead and Exceed summon into Cyber Dragon Nova, and his combo isn't even over yet. Using the effect of Cyber Dragon Nova, he's going to detach a Galaxy Soldier to be able to special summon a Cyber Dragon to his side of the field. Now, keep in mind your Orcust cards do prevent you from special summoning monsters other than dark monsters for the duration of the turn, which is why TJ is making sure his Cyber Dragon combos pop off first. It's also another smart move, because if the opponent wanted to Nibiru, they would have to Nibiru before the Infinity is summoned, or it would just get negated by the Cyber Dragon Infinity. TJ now following up, he's going to use Orcust Nightmare's effect. He's going to be able to send a Orcust monster from his deck to his graveyard. His monster of choice is going to be Arbor, and now he is restricted to only spell summoning dark monsters to his side of the field for the duration of the turn. Spell summoning Orcust Symbol Skeleton, he's going to immediately use the Galtea and the Symbol Skeleton for a link summon, going into the overlay network to special summon Longirsu, the Orcust of Orchestrator. Special summoning his Dengirsu on top of his Galtea, used by the effect of his Symbol Skeleton, attaching it, and now he's going to link summon back into his Galtea. Galtea can't be destroyed by card effects since it's a link. Longirsu can't be destroyed by battle. Longirsu can't be destroyed by card effects. His Galtea is going to activate, shuffling in his Orcust Nightmare to be able to set an Orcust spell or trap card from his deck to his side of the field. His card of choice is Orchestrated Babel. Since now he has the Symbol Skeleton in the graveyard, he can use this effect during my turn to spell summon the Dengirsu to get a free disruption. On top of that, he still has the Longirsu, which can be another disruption, which will shuffle cards back into the deck. His Galtea wouldn't be done then, as it can still shuffle cards into the deck to set Orcust cards to his side of the field during my turn for further advantage. And then, of course, Cyber Dragon Infinity. That's a free negation. TJ has this all mapped out, as the Cyber Dragon, or the Orcust Nightmare, is supposed to be in his deck. We're going to go ahead and fix that up. But he has this all mapped out, as he does have quite a few disruptions, and he only did it with a couple of cards. TJ is in a prime position to play Yu-Gi-Oh! How will the hero strategy be able to stymie or break this type of board? Well, after handing TJ back his deck from a little slight misplay, I'm going to go ahead and draw and start off my turn by normal summoning the Elemental Hero Solid Soldier. Using the effect of Solid Soldier's effect, TJ is going to allow that to go through. I'm going to special summon Elemental Hero Stratos, activate its effect, and TJ allows this to go through as well. Now, I don't see this as a bad play, because these 2 cards could be bait. I still have 4 other cards in my hand, and the hero strategy is really powerful. You really want to stop heroes' major choke points, which will be Extra Hero Cross Guy or their Fusion Destiny, because those are the cards that they really can't recover from. So sometimes if you only have a limited amount of disruptions in certain forms, being able or allowing them to normal summon their Solid Soldier and get their Stratos effects, that doesn't really matter. You want to stop the really big plays. Unfortunately for TJ, I have quite a few plays in my hand, as I do have Vision Hero Ferris. I'm going to piss Destiny Hero Malicious from, or Definitely Hero Malicious from my hand to the graveyard, to specimen Ferris to my side of the field, and then trigger the effect of Ferris to a Vision Hero Increase into my Spell and Trap card zone. This is going to give me quite a few plays, but now I need TJ to be able to use that effect of Infinity. I have to force that. I know if I make my Extra Hero Cross Guy, he's going to be pretty inclined to use the effect of Infinity, because not only is that Link Arrows pointing down, yeah, it's kind of a good card. It allows me to get free searches, and he ain't trying to have any of that. The Stratos search is fine, but the Extra Cross Guy, not so much. It gives him too much advantage. As I'm going to special summon my Extra Hero Cross Guy, he's going to go ahead and use that Cyber Dragon Infinity, negate the activation, and destroy it. And now I am one less monster on my side of the field. Using that, I'm going to go ahead and activate the effect of my Vision Hero Increase, tributing my Solid Soldier to special summon it to the side of the field. Increases effect will trigger. It'll allow me to special summon Vision Hero Vion to my side of the field, and now I can use Vion effect to send a hero monster from my deck to my graveyard. Sending Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, I'm going to be able to trigger its effect to get a search anyways, the spice. As we're going to get Evil Hero Aduster from our deck to our hand, we can start off with some plays. Vision Hero Vion's effect is going to banish the Extra Hero Cross Guy to allow me to add Polymerization, and again, I still have to outplay quite a few cards on TJ's side of the field. If I do special summon a Link monster, I have to be wary of the monsters that I put under it, as Longirsu can still activate its effect. He also does have Dingirsu in his graveyard, so that can be all types of problems. That's still another disruption that can send cards from my field to the graveyard. So following up, I really have to figure out this good play, and it has to be fast, it has to be quick, it has to be effective, but more importantly, it has to try to either bait a negation or just handle this board. Thinking about activating Super Polymerization? No, I'm going to go ahead and banish the Destiny Hero Malicious first, and then summon a second copy of Destiny Hero Malicious from my deck to my side of the field. Now it looks like I'm going to follow up with that Polymerization, but what monster would I be able to summon? Vision Hero Trinity would force his graveyard monster, his Dingirsu, to try to get rid of it, but no, it looks like I'm going to fuse a Dynattack from my hand and a Malicious to my side of the field to special summon Destiny Hero Dystopia. Now that is going to trigger the effect of his monster in the graveyard. He wants to be able to use that Dingirsu. He likes to keep his resources, as he's going to use Orcust Symbol Skeleton to summon Dingirsu to get rid of the Dystopia. But it looks like it might be too little too late for TJ, as he's already forgotten about my Evil Hero Aduster. I'm now going to use Aduster Gold's effect, discarding itself to the graveyard to be able to add that Dark Fusion from my deck to my hand. Whoa! It looks like it's about to get really saucy, ladies and gentlemen, as that Dark Calling, not Dark Fusion, my apologies, will banish monsters from my graveyard to be able to summon a behemoth of a card to my side of the field. Going ahead and activating that Dark Fusion, we are going to banish the Evil Hero Aduster Gold, as well as the Vision Hero, my apologies, the Vision Hero monsters, to be able to special summon to our side of the field Evil Hero Malicious Bane. Activating the effect of Evil Hero Malicious Bane, this would destroy all monsters on the field for the exception of Longirsu. I'm also going to chain Matched Change since he has no responses. I'll be able to morph one of my monsters into a Master Hero Darklaw, and players are probably like, Callie, where are you going to put those Link arrows? Well, I mean, Longirsu has a spicy Link arrow that I can take advantage of, and since he can't chain to the card right now, it's going to be pretty much of a problem. I'm going to special summon that Master Hero Darklaw to my side of the field and banish every single one of TJ's cards. Now, here is where a slight misplay does happen. Longirsu was linked at the time of the destruction, so it would have not been destroyed by card effects. Always keep in mind that these Orcust monsters have different effects. They're pretty good, and that would have changed just a little bit. He could have been able to use the effect of his Longirsu to get rid of my Darklaw in battle, and also he still would have had a monster to protect his life points. So Malicious Hero Bane, Master Hero Darklaw, and Vision Hero Vion wouldn't be swinging for this much damage. So yeah, that's a pretty slight misplay, but it looks like TJ is ready to make up for those mistakes, as he's going to activate Cyber Dragon Core in his graveyard to be able to special summon a Cyber Dragon monster to his side of the field. Doing so, he's going to special summon Cyber Dragon Noxter, which will allow him to special summon a monster with 2100 attack from his graveyard to his side of the field. Typically, this could have been a Dingirsu, but as it was banished, he's going to special summon Cyber Dragon and follow up with a machine duplication. He's going to special summon 2 more Cyber Dragon monsters to his side of the field, and look how this deck is already coming back. Even with the board that I was able to make, Dark Law banishing all of his resources, he has 3 Cyber Dragons and a Noxter on his side of the field. And since I do have a monster in the main monster zone, he does have a Cyber Dragon monster. He can use Malicious Bane and the Chimera Tech Mega Fleet and the Noxter for a Contact Fusion into Mega Fleet. Whoa! Consider the board officially broken, as now TJ is going to normal summon his Orcust Harpoor, Kamikaze with his Mega Fleet, and swing for a ton of damage on his own. Now, the reason why this was just so successful is because not only did TJ rip everything, is because Cyber Dragon Core actually allows you to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Outside of the Orcust combo. A lot of times when your opponent completely banishes, I don't know, every Orcust card in your graveyard and prevents you from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In a certain aspect, the deck will struggle, but the Orcust strategy is a little bit different. It's another rare breed, as you do sacrifice a little bit of extra deck space in this particular sequence. Making another Cyber Dragon Infinity would have been amazing, but you can't really do that at all times. TJ smartly shuffling in that Longirsu with his Galtea's effect, he'll be able to set a Orchestrate or Orcust Crescendo to his side of the field, which will be just another terror for me to deal with. That's a free negation from TJ. He's now going to go ahead and banish his Orcust Harpoor. He's now going to be able to special summon an Orcust Nightmare to his side of the field, and I just love how both of these decks just flow so crazily together. He's going to link those 2 monsters back, or no, he's not going to link those 2 monsters. It looks like he's going to make an Orcust Dingirsu first, and then use the effect of Dingirsu to attach another material. So he's getting a lot of cards back into his graveyard, as he's going to equip the Cyber Dragon Core so smartly, because now that Orcust Nightmare can special summon the Symbol Skeleton, using all 3 of those monsters, he's going to go on and make Longirsu back to his side of the field, and then activate the effect of his Orcust Nightmare. Orcust Nightmare will allow him to summon, or to send a machine monster from his deck to his graveyard, a Dark Machine. And instead of sending an Orcust card this time around, not Orcust Nightmare, TJ is actually going to send a different card, a card that sometimes often gets lost in Orcust hybrids. He's going to send World Legacy, World 1. This deck actually makes good use of it. Using World 1's effect, he's going to go ahead and special summon back to his side of the field that Simple Skeleton. And right here is where, I just hate to say it, but when we were deck building, we completely forgot the Chimera Tech, I want to call it Rampage Dragon, but I know that's not his name, Fortress Dragon. He would have used the Cyber Dragon and the Orcust Symbol Skeleton to make Fortress Dragon, putting the Symbol Skeleton in the graveyard, meaning that he'd have a, a Dingirsu play, a Longirsu play, as well as 2 Crescendos. Granted, you can only lose 1, but this is pretty much game. I just can't come back from that type of board. That's pretty insane, showing you guys how powerful Cyber Dragons are. But how powerful are heroes with the new support? I'm going to go ahead and start off my turn by activating Fusion Destiny. Now, I can Fusion summon a hero monster, or a Destiny hero monster to my side of the field, but I can only summon Dark Hero monsters for the duration of the turn. I'm going to go ahead and send Destiny Hero Malicious and Elemental Hero Shadow Mist to special summon Destiny Hero Dangerous to my side of the field. Triggering the effect of my Elemental Hero Stratos, or Shadow Mist, I'll add Elemental Hero Stratos, normal summon it to my side of the field. I cannot special summon Dark Monsters, but I can definitely normal summon, and then I'll be able to add Elemental Hero Solid Soldier, preparing myself for another play. Using both of those monsters for a Link summon, we're going to go ahead and make Extra Hero Cross Crusader, and then use Cross Crusader to special summon that Malicious back to our side of the field, tributing it off to add a hero monster from our deck to our hand. So we're setting up really nice. 1 card, we were able to get 2 searches. So we're going to be able to search our Shadow Mist from our deck to our hand. We'll also be able to search a Elemental Hero Solid Soldier, and we'll be able to banish Destiny Hero Malicious, just to summon another copy of Destiny Hero Malicious to my side of the field. Now, in this particular game, I don't really need to waste a whole bunch of resources. So just going ahead and summoning Destiny Hero Malicious, and then following up with the spell card inside of my hand, that being Mass Change, I'll be able to morph my Malicious into a Mass Hero Dark Law. start off with a great next turn play. Master Hero Dark Law on my side of the field, so I'm forcing my opponent, anytime they want to play Yu-Gi-Oh, they're going to leave some cards banished. This is a pretty good hand, pretty good board, as I'm going to go ahead and pass my turn right back to TJ. TJ starting off his turn, he's going to immediately special summon Cyber Dragon to his side of the field, and against some decks, being able to banish every single card that they summon can instantly be a game winner. But not for TJ, as he's going to go ahead and special summon Chimera, take Mega Fleet Dragon to his side of the field, normal summon Orcust Symbol Skeleton, and those banished machine monsters can now be used against me. He's going to go ahead and link summon into his Galtail, the Orcust of Automation, using Automation's effect to return the Symbol Skeleton. I don't think that this was probably the most optimal play. I think that TJ actually should have returned maybe the Mega Fleet or the Cyber Dragon, and then when he goes into Dengirsu, instead of sending Dark Law to the graveyard, which I assume now he has to do because he can't really get Dark Law's other effects, he can actually attach the Symbol Skeleton, which will put him in a better position. But he's going to go ahead and special summon that Dengirsu Orcust of the Evening Star, sending that Dark Law to the graveyard, setting an additional card face down and attacking for 2,600 damage. He's now going to go ahead and pass it right back to me. Let's see what I can do to stop a 2 back row board. We already know that one of them is a Crescendo. That's not going to be very live. If he would actually set the Babel, sending Dengirsu to the graveyard could have been a problem, depending on if I wasn't able to summon Dark Law. Following up with my turn, I know that one of his cards just aren't live. I'm going to discard Vision Hero Vion to special summon Vision Hero Ferris to my side of the field, now gaining the effect of Ferris to be able to put a Vision Hero monster into my my spell and trap card zone. That's where Vision Hero Increase comes in. But where exactly are the plays, ladies and gentlemen? Dengirsu isn't that powerful to deal with, but it's definitely a card that you have to respect. It can't be destroyed, or he can detach a card and to protect itself or any of his other cards. So the card can be a pretty bad nuisance. I'm next going to go ahead and follow up by normal summoning my Elemental Hero Solid Soldier, gaining the effect of Solid Soldier to special summon Elemental Hero Shadow Mist to my side of the field, using Shadow Mist's effect right here and right now to add that mass change. So yes, it looks like this is exactly what we're going to need. That mass change is going to be important into this particular combo, because again, we don't want that Dengirsu hitting the graveyard, and even if he did have the Symbol Skeleton on his side of the field, Dark Law would banish that as well. So it looks like that mistake is going to be covered up just by some pretty solid play by heroes. Vision Hero Increase is now going to special summon itself to the side of the field, triggering the effect of Increase. You'll be able to special summon another hero monster from the deck to the side of the field. In this particular situation, you guys should already know which monster is going to hit the field. It has to be Vision Hero Vion. There's really no other choice. I don't think we play any other Vision Heroes. Those aren't that great right now. So Vision Hero Vion is going to hit the field, and since it was special summon, I can now send a hero monster from my deck to my graveyard. I can't necessarily send, you know, a Shadow Mist and expect to gain its effect. Its effect is a hard once per turn, and you can only gain one of those effects once per turn. Destiny Hero Malicious is already in my graveyard as well. So it looks like Vision Hero Vion is kind of out of optimal targets. Well, I mean, there's still Destiny Hero Celestial, which is just the next best thing. If I have no cards in my hand, I can draw 2 cards. So it doesn't seem like a bad option from there. But breaking this board should be priority number 1. And ironically, I'm not going to do it with a Link Summon. I'm going to go ahead and banish Master Hero Dark Law for the effect of Vision Hero Vion. That will allow me to retrieve a polymerization from my deck to my hand. Ignore that it's being activated. I don't think it's currently being activated. It's being added from my deck to my hand. So it looks like I'll have at least 1 fusion play. I'm also have match change in my hand. So we know Dark Law is going to hit the field, possibly a Link. Before that, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what we are going to do. Following up with our next play, we already know that mass change is going to be activated. That's going to morph our Elemental Hero Shadow Mist into a Master Hero Dark Law. I could have used Vision Hero Vion, Ferris, or no, it looks like they're all going to go to the graveyard anyways, as I'm using it for a tribute summon into Destiny Hero Plasma. So yeah, it looks like that really doesn't matter, the Symbol Skeleton being equipped to the Dengirsu, as it's going to be banished as well. Dark Law does banish all cards on the field, so any card that is attached to a card as material would be banished. Pendulum Scales will be banished. It does not matter. It is going to get banished. Dark Law does not care about your cards. All of them are going into the banish pile. I'll be able to swing for a crap ton of damage, putting TJ down to 2,400 life points Will TJ be able to sweep game 2, or will heroes be able to thrive under this situation? That huge Destiny Hero Plasma is going to be a huge problem for the Cyber Dragons, as his Cyber Dragon monsters won't have their effects. He won't be able to get any type of advantage through that. He's going to go ahead and normal summon Cyber Dragon Noxter, whereas he would normally be able to special summon monsters like Cyber Dragon from his graveyard. It's banished, and he'll also be able to get the effect of Noxter. He just can't do it. He's going to use the Dark Lore for a Contact Fusion for a Chimera Tech Mega Fleet in attack position, which is scary because that makes sense. He's now going to use Cybernetic Overflow to banish the Noxter to destroy the Destiny Hero Plasma, putting the Dingirsu back into the graveyard. So while his Chimera Tech Mega Fleet is 0 attack right now because of it, he's going to be able to make a pretty good board. Monster Reborn, bringing back the Dingirsu. And now Dingirsu can attach an Orcust monster, which right now would be the Symbol Skeleton. I guess this is where it would really matter. Back to his side, back to his Dingirsu. And now he'll have some pretty good plays. How exactly will I be able to break this, as TJ has taken the reins right back? He's going to be able to put some sick damage. He's going to equip the Orcust Galtea. And I know what you guys are thinking, TheCaliEffect. If this hero deck can beat it, how do we get a deck profile? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if this hero deck does win game 2, you can go ahead and get this video to 1,000 likes. Let's see if we can for the new hero deck profile, including Evil Hero Odester and Evil Hero Malicious Bane. Those 2 cards make the deck very competitive, brings it to new heights. So yes, Chimera Tech Mega Fleet does have 0 attack right now. He's going to go ahead and swing for that 2,600 damage, which is, it's quite a bit of damage. He's going to put me down to a lowly form, and that's going to be, is that going to be pretty much it? No, it looks like he's going to go ahead and follow up by using both of his monsters for a Link Summon into his Orcust Galtea. And now his Galtea would be able to set an Orchestrated Babel by shuffling in his Mega Fleet back into his extra deck. And again, here is where that Symbol Skeleton does come in handy, because he would have been able to have a disruption with the Dingirsu to be able to send a card from my field to the graveyard. So he's going to go ahead and set and activate that Orchestrated Babel, which doesn't do anything to him right now. And he has the Crescendo face down, so he would be looking at 2 disruptions. Cyber Dragons are just really good, being able to break your extra monster board and then follow up with some pretty much negates on their own. They're pretty decent in the grind game. But as you guys know, any minor mistake can be magnified, and this time we're going to take advantage of it. We're going to pay half of our life points activating a Hero Lives to special summon a hero monster to our side of the field. Now, TJ is going to smartly let this one go through, because he can actually just negate the monster effect that I'm going to summon, an Elemental Hero Stratos. So Stratos is going to be summoned, activate its effect. He's going to follow up with that Orcust Crescendo to negate the Stratos. And now, I'm not in a great position. This is just not great. Or was the Elemental Hero Stratos bait? Was I able to still be able to procure some resources that could be very beneficial? Well, we're about to find out. Will this game be going into game 3? Again, we are about to find out. As now I'm going to need a little bit of luck right now, shuffling my deck, handing it to TJ, because I did go through with the Stratos. I didn't know that he had the Crescendo. We're going to need some Destiny drawing from him, or from me. I'm going to set 2 cards face down and then activate in my graveyard that Destiny Hero Celestial. Since I have no cards in my hand, I'll be able to draw 2 cards by banishing a Destiny Hero monster. Will this be exactly what I need? Will I fall under pressure? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Okay, no, you guys get to find out right now. It turns out I only needed 1 hero monster, and I needed either or, as I already had a card face down to put me in a pretty good position. I'll be able to flip that face down card and emergency call to allow me to add the opposite hero monster I need to be able to break this board. That opposite hero monster is going to be a Solid Soldier or a Shadow Mist. Not 100% sure which one I drew, but right now, I mean, I can pretty much play freely. So that emergency call is going to give me the correct hero, and now we're going to be back in the game. Emergency call adding Solid Soldier from my deck to my hand. I now will be able to normal summon that Solid Soldier, special summon the Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. A little bit confused on what I'm going to do. I mean, I just don't see it right now, as the Solid Soldier will be normal summon, followed up by the special summon of the Shadow Mist, and I guess I'll be able to... No, it looks like I'm going to go ahead and use both of those monsters for a Link Summon. The Link Summon is going to be of Extra Hero Wonder Driver, triggering the effect of my Shadow Mist. It looks like I'm going to be able to add a Duster Gold, and then using the effect of a Duster Gold to add a Dark Calling. Yes, TheCaliEffect, he doesn't have enough life points. Using Dark Calling, we will be able to banish monsters from our graveyard to be able to spell summon Malicious Bane, destroy all of his cards, and attack for game. Now, that was a pretty smart thing to do as we now approach Game 3. Cyber Dragons being able to dominate and show you how powerful they are. Heroes being able to come back and show you how gusto they can be. Who will Game 3? As TJ is going to activate Cyber Emergency, normal summon Cyber Dragon Core, and then gain the effect of Cyber Dragon Core, this time adding Cyber Repair Plant. Using the Cyber Dragon Core into Solomon Great Owl Mirage, he'll now be able to activate that Cyber Repair Plant since he does have a Cyber Dragon monster in his graveyard. He'll be able to Galaxy Soldier from his deck to his hand. TJ, you better not be doing it. You better not be doing it. I hope he doesn't have it, but unfortunately he does, as he did open the Cyber Rev system. He'll be able to spell summon that Cyber Dragon Core back to his side of the field using both of those monsters for a link summon into his Nightmare Phoenix. Phoenix immediately to link summon into Nightmare Mermaid. Mermaid discarding an Orcust Harp Horror, meaning that his combo is going to go off no matter what, to special summon Orcust Nightmare to his side of the field. Now Nightmare and Mermaid are going to be linked into Galtea, and he can now activate the effect of his Galaxy Soldier if he has enough targets. Great. He has the Cyber Dragon Hurts, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to discard the Hurts, trigger the effect of his Galaxy Soldier and his Hurts. He'll add a Cyber Dragon from his deck to his hand and another copy of Hurts from his deck to his hand. It looks like we're going to be going to see or witness TJ's full combo yes again. Discarding the Cyber Dragon, he's going to go ahead and special summon a second Galaxy Soldier, use both of those monsters for an X8 summon into our Cyber Dragon Nova. Nova detaching the Galaxy Soldier to spell summon Cyber Dragon back to his side of the field. Won't really matter, it will be used for a link material again, as he'll finish up with an Infinity with his Cyber Dragon combos. Now, following up, TJ is going to use his Orcust Harp Horror. He's going to go ahead and special summon his Symbol Skeleton, and then start off with his Orcust combos, using the Symbol Skeleton and the Galtea to make a Longirsu. And then following up by banishing the Symbol Skeleton. I mean, you guys have already seen this combo so many times. It's just a little bit more exciting because Cyber Dragon hits the field, preventing the opponent from pretty much playing the Nibiru game, so you can continue with your plays. He's going to use the Symbol Skeleton to special summon Galtea. Galtea's effect is now going to be activated, or later, it doesn't really matter. He's going to activate it now, shuffling in the Nightmare to be able to special summon that Orchestrated Babel. And now he'll be able to link on top of that monster. Not link on top of that monster. He's going to be able to Exceed summon on top of the Galtea, making the Nigirsu, attaching the Symbol Skeleton, then using the Cyber Dragon and the Nigirsu monster for his last link back into the Galtea. During his end phase, he's also going to use the effect of his Orcust Nightmare. Didn't he already use that? No, I guess he didn't. That is crazy. He did not. He's going to use the Orcust Nightmare to send an additional Harp Horror this time, as now we can go ahead and just special summon monsters and destroy everything with these. It doesn't really matter. Setting a card face down, I'm hoping that that's not a crescendo, because this board is just devastating. I'm going to go ahead and open up with my turn, and yes, we did open that Fusion Destiny. Say it loud and say it proud. Using the effect of Fusion Destiny, nope, looks like that's a critical choke point. TJ is going to go ahead and negate that. Well, looks like we do have the second follow-up, as we're going to activate Emergency Call. And I know TJ smartly won't stop my normal summons because he would play a little bit more on the cautious side. He doesn't want to stop a normal summon or a non-critical special summon and then get bit right back by me activating other cards to be able to just destroy his plays. I'm going to go ahead and add that Solid Soldier and then follow up by normal summoning Solid Soldier, gaining Solid Band's effect to special summon a monster to my side of the field. That's going to be Vision Hero Vion. Now, Vion's effect activates when it's normal summon or special summon. I'll be able to send a Destiny Hero Malicious to my graveyard. But before I can pop off with those juicy plays, TJ is going to use Cold by the Grave. Whoever thought that the card is actually good at like more than just stopping hand traps. I'm literally looking at him like, can I get priority? Ignition effects. I'm going to use it. No, doesn't look like that's going to happen. We're not in 2011 Yu-Gi-Oh! But I will be able to follow up my Polymerization using my Solid Soldier and my Vision Hero Vion, or no, my Elemental Hero Shadow Mist from my hand to be able to special summon a Vision Hero Adoration. Now, triggering the effect of my Shadow Mist, I'm going to be able to add an Elemental Hero monster from my deck to my hand. I'll also, or the monster in question I'm going to be adding has to be a Destiny Hero Plasma, so we can force the effect of his Dingirsu. No, it looks like we're going to add a Duster Gold, and we're going to trigger the effect of our Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, or our Solid Soldier to spell summon our Shadow Mist to our side of the field. Now, TJ isn't necessarily thinking about the grand picture. Not a lot of players play against heroes, but if you guys are, going against a hero deck, when they summon 3 monsters, you should definitely be wary. As I did open the Destiny Hero Plasma, I'll tribute all 3 of those monsters for said monster and render his Dingirsu obsolete right now. That's something that heroes have going for them, at being able to have a walking one-sided skill drain that gets really buff and prevents certain cards like Dingirsu from activating their effects. That could be a game winner. As right now I have a Destiny Hero Plasma, I'm going to now use my Duster Gold to add a Dark Calling from my deck to my hand. Now I can follow up by using that Dark Calling, and we are in the zone right now. Dark Calling is going to be activated, banishing the Duster, as well as the Adoration, a monster that I definitely needed for this, to be able to special summon that Evil Hero Malicious Bane to my side of the field. Whoa! Now here is a huge misplay, ladies and gentlemen, as I did special summon the Evil Malicious Bane to my side of the field, not even thinking I should have special summoned it into where under Longirsu points to. He can activate the effect of Longirsu, meaning that I get a monster out of the extra monster zone to prevent him from just getting rid of it for free. That could be a game changer. You guys want to know what else is a game changer? Having really nice looking mats. Now, if you guys are looking for a place to get some really nice mats, go ahead and check out Imperium Duelist, ladies and gentlemen. You can use the code CaliEffect 10 off to receive 10% off your entire order, and it doesn't have to be mats. It can be sleeves, bags, whatsoever. Use that code, you'll get 10% off. So it looks like we're gonna bring TJ's life points down to a meager 1650. We're sitting at a hefty 8,000 if my calculations are correct, and we are in control of this game until we aren't in control of this game, because that's pretty much how Yu-Gi-Oh works. TJ, rifling through his graveyard, realizes that he has quite a few resources. He actually could have used Harp Horror on my turn to get a monster on the end phase, but I guess he chooses not to. Using the effect of his Cyber Dragon Core, he'll be able to special summon his Cyber Dragon Noxter to his side of the field. Now, Noxter won't be able to gain its effect, and which would be great if, Chimera Tech Mega Fleet didn't require Cyber Dragon monsters and required specifically Cyber Dragon. But you know how that goes. He's going to go ahead and special summon Cyber Dragon Hertz instead and use the Hertz and the Malicious Bane for a contact fusion into the Mega Fleet. That is where you get bit, as that monster couldn't be destroyed by battle, or it couldn't be destroyed by card effects. And that can be pretty big. It's 3,000 attack, kind of hard to get rid of, and it can be a walking Raigeki. The game could have been mine in my hands if I forced him to get rid of both cards, and not so easy. So now he's going to use his Orcust plays, using the Harp Horror's effect to special summon Orcust Nightmare to his side of the field. And it looks like TJ will be able to rebound with some really pivotal, really cool, really good Orcust plays. As now he's able to rid my extra monster zone, something that regular Orcust decks can't do without a little bit of help. TJ and Cyber Dragon Orcust does it for free. Now you guys are understanding why I'm saying this is one of the best decks of the format. Using the Orcust Nightmare and the Chimera Tech Mega Fleet, he's going to go ahead and link summon into his Galtea Orcust of Automation. Now, he is still under Destiny Hero Plasma, but I really don't think that that's TJ's biggest concern right now. One thing that I just did not check is that he now has the Orcust Nightmare in his graveyard. That card can be a pain, because people forget that while it does send Dark Machine monsters from your deck to the graveyard, it also boosts attack. As TJ now is going to go ahead and special summon his Longirsu, the Orcust Orchestrator, to his side of the field, he now has a clear-cut win con. If he sees it, he can activate the effect of his Orcust Nightmare, giving the Orchestrator attack to attack over the Plasma. Then his monsters become online. From there, I mean, the game becomes a hell of a lot easier, as then he can follow with the Galtea effect. And it looks like TJ does see it. Whoa! He's going to use his Orcust Nightmare to send from his deck to his graveyard the World Legacy World 1. How many times do you realize you can play that card and it's just free? He also could have sent the Gizmek from his deck to his graveyard to special summon itself to the side of the field, which would have been spicy too, because, that's just super spice right there. You guys can't argue with that. So TJ is in great position right now. His Longirsu is stronger than my Destiny Hero Plasma. He'll be able to attack over it for free. unless I have an Honest Neos in my hand, that plasma is going to go bye-bye. That's going to be the major point. Is he playing with fire right now? He only has one shot. The Honest Neos can completely ruin his day. TJ is going to prep up his board by banishing the Orcust or War Legacy Warlord to spell summon the Orcust symbol skeleton, declare his attack, and it looks like plasma is off the field. Whoa! That was crazy. I was expecting Elemental Hero Honest Neos to come upon and wreck the Orcust monster, and seeing that the Galtea would no longer be linked, she can get wrecked too. She can get the business, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, her effect will be negated anyways, but still, TJ breaking that board, capitalizing on a mistake of Evil or Malicious Bane should have been the main monster zone, and on top of that, just having the know-it-all, the wits to understand that Orcust Nightmare is a great utility to put Dark Machine monsters in the graveyard, but that attack gain can come in handy, as he'll now be able to use that Galtea to be able to shuffle that Nightmare back into his deck. He'll now be able to set an Orcust Crescendo to his side of the field. Now he has a disruption through Crescendo. Any monster that I special summon in my extra monster zone, so I can't go into the extra deck right here, he can send to the graveyard through the effect of Longirsu. He has enough machine monsters right now. And he also has the ability, if he can put Orcust, the symbol skeleton, into the graveyard, he'll have a Dingirsu play. So that's pretty good, showing how Cyber Dragon has that in-game. TJ thinking about ending his turn. He still hasn't committed his normal summon, so he's going to tribute the symbol skeleton to normal summon the Cyber Dragon. TJ, what are you doing? This could be career suicide. As if I have a Chimera Tech monster in my graveyard, I can use all three of his cards. Normal summoning the Elemental Hero Stratos. TJ is going to negate it with the Crescendo. Do I have it? Yes, it looks like I'm going to be using all three for the special summon. Are we going for game, ladies and gentlemen? Nope, I was just yanking you guys. I didn't have it. I mean, nobody plays it right now. But thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, go ahead and give it a like. And if you really did, consider joining our Patreon. We have some awesome rewards. Please like, comment, subscribe. But most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day like I am.